This is an add-on to the last one. They're not letting me go back to sleep. They're using the example again of like some people just become corrupt, but they don't start off that way. They started to show the priest again, like some priest get, greedy with the influence and the power, and it takes over them. And then it's like they forgot why they got into it to begin with. They forgot their intentions, and because they fed the wrong monster, they loved feeling power over others, control over others, influence over others. They saw that they were able to steer them in ways it like excited them and delighted them and corrupted them and had them puppeting, And so, and then they showed the same, because I was like, we got to use other examples because people can get so sensitive to that, even though that's how they teach me a lot of times. And so then they showed like police officers. And I thought, okay, thank you. It's like other people who it's like a duty. They have a duty and they go in it for the right reasons, to serve others, to help others, to guide others, but then they can get disillusioned, or it's like feed into their monsters and their ego and become corrupt and or get hardened. So they showed like the police officers, they could get hardened. They end up being in an area of where it ends up, being whatever the case may be, and then they become corrupt because they forget who they are and what they're there to do. And so it's like they didn't start off that way. It's like not all are evil or bad or ever were or intended to be, but it's like they forget to check themselves, and they forget to honor themselves and love themselves as well, where it's like they can recognize, oh, I'm going into burnout, or I'm going at this the wrong way, or I'm becoming hardened by the job, or I've done this job too long, right? Like we forget to check ourselves. And those are like, I feel like really good big examples, but don't fool yourself. That's happening to all of us in every industry, in every field, all over the place, right? So I don't mean to make them easy targets. It's just good examples that we can see that clearly there in both those extremes. But it's happening to all of us. It's like often they'll have me show also like celebrities, right? Because a lot of people look at the big stage and that's what you hear in the news or you hear whatever. And so again, they're easy targets for examples, right? Of what to do and not to do. But at the same time, we don't know these people. We don't know what they've been through, and we don't know what we're being fed, what line, what story, what version, what perception is coming through, right? And so, and what that point is, right? What the point or purpose of that steering is doing, that influence is doing. That's why you have to think on your own, because you're being influenced all the time, whether you realize it or not, it's happening. And you don't even realize why or how or what you're being influenced into, right? Like you think it's an obvious right or wrong, and then that's your conclusion. And then years later, you hear the full details and you're like, oh my God, that changes everything. Well, yeah, it usually does. But you were being influenced and steered and piecemealed the version that the bigger puppet master wanted you to see in order to steer you whichever way he wanted to steer you. So who's leading your ship? You or many, many other people. And we all are. We really are. I mean, I don't think one of us gets to escape that. You have to do that work to cut those ties and lies, that confusion and delusion as best you can. But you have to do it all the time because we're constantly getting re-steered, re-influenced. And I guess they're showing now, I guess that's what happens. It's like, maybe using the same examples, like they're showing like, some cops could do that, but then forget to keep doing that. Right? It's like they might come over one hurdle, two hurdle, and think they're doing it for the right reasons and this and that, but they've forgotten to even check in with themselves, their own temperature, like caring for themselves and being like, you know what? I can feel I'm off balanced. I can feel I'm not going in this to protect anymore. I'm going in it for all these wrong reasons and going in with prejudgments and with anger and this and that, and I'm convincing myself and lying to myself that it's experience that has taught me better. It's not wisdom they're bringing with them. It's bias. It's different things. And so it's like, okay, well, you have to love yourself enough to not want to put yourself in positions of possibly, I don't know how to say this nicely because of this exact example, but it's like essentially you end up harming yourself, right? Because then you go down because you got twisted thinking what you were doing was right. And it's like you lost sight, And we all do this. We can all lose sight. We all can. This is why it's like, don't judge them because then you're just as bad as them, right? Like we're not the judge or jury, but we can see these examples so that we don't keep falling into the same traps ourselves because we are. So it's not about judging them. It's learning from them and having compassion for them because you want compassion for yourself, right? Because you're going to experience that too. You're going to slip too. You too are going to have bias. You too are going to make the wrong judgment. You too are going to get out of alignment. And you've heard about my stuffs and my mishaps, and boy, do you get smacked. It doesn't lead to anywhere good. So the point is to stay aligned with you, honor you, care for yourself, love yourself, recognize when it's not serving you anymore, right? Like this is not, I'm not going in this for the love of this anymore, for, the good intentions I originally started to do this where it felt good, it felt right. It doesn't feel good or right anymore, or something's changed, or it's like, but you have to know you have to honor you have to love you, or you'll slip and get off balance. And that leads to no good. So it's that idea of you have to be selfish. And again, that word it's challenging because it depends on how you hear that or understand that. But ultimately, if you consider yourself to be a vehicle for the divine, and if you understand that bigger, broader purpose of why we're all here to expand, and we're simply a talking vehicle for the divine to flow through, then you would honor you and you wouldn't look at it as selfish, right? And that's why there's the number one rule to keep you in check. Do unto others as you want done unto you. So you don't slip into the wrong version of selfish, right? Okay. All right. Now I need to go back to sleep.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.